Welcome to this webcast on renewable energy targets and renewable energy policy objectives. There are a number of myths associated to renewable energy. Myth 1. There is an absolute threshold of renewable energy sources that could be integrated to the network. It's not the case. Actually, some countries aim to integrate 80% or even 100% of renewable energy in their energy mix. But there is a maximum threshold of renewable energy that can be integrated to the existing network of a country. High targets of renewable energy implies the reinforcement of the grid, among other things. Another myth is intermittent renewable energy will remain marginal, as increasing their share will imply an increase in conventional renewable energy capacity. Example: combine gas turbine with wind. Actually, intermittent renewable energy can also be compensated by other renewable energy and demand-side management. Another myth: renewable energy technologies are very costly and they remain a luxury for developing countries. This is not the case anymore. Actually, they tend to be more and more cost competitive and can help to secure a sustainable development path for the majority. How to fix the renewable energy mix of a country? Well, each country has to fix its own targets for each source of energy. The strategy can be defined in several steps. First, what is feasible? Map the resource. Survey socio-economic feasibility of each option. Then define what is desirable according to different socio-political objectives, and then fix the targets and how to reach them with specific mechanisms. Renewable energy targets can be mandatory or voluntary. What is the interest of building a diverse energy portfolio? Well, it is a way to hedge against volatility of price and possible disruption, for instance, of oil supply, but it is also a way to balance different sources of energy. Intermittency can be day by day or linked to the seasonal sources of supply. Then you compensate, for instance, hydro with solar, hydro with wind, or cogeneration with hydro. The more diverse a portfolio, the better it is? Yes, but then it is more complex to manage. Renewable energy policies and the development strategy of a country. Well, the idea is to create a local market for renewable energy technologies, to bring their costs down, to promote local manufacturing, and maybe to focus on low-cost technologies that reinforce the local industry. For instance, cogeneration, a very good example. The recycling of waste sugarcane creates job opportunities in rural areas. It has been demonstrated that sugarcane cogeneration creates 4,000 emplois, 4,000 persons per year per terawatt hour, compared to only 260 persons per year per terawatt hour with petroleum. Last idea is to attract foreign investment and to facilitate knowledge transfer. Integrated energy planning. It is important to prioritize energy efficiency before adding any generation capacity. Energy savings are often the cheapest option, actually most of the time, and the potential of savings linked to energy demand is extremely significant. Renewable energy policies need to go with an energy efficiency policy that enables to decouple GDP growth and energy demand. As you can see on this graph, energy efficiency is the cheapest option compared to wind, natural gas, coal, and nuclear. Energy savings made already an important contribution to meet the energy demand in OECD countries. As you can see on this graph, half of the increase of the energy demand, actually half of the hypothetical energy demand has been made by energy savings. This is not just for OECD country, it's also true at the worldwide level, as you can see on this graph. The potential of worldwide energy saving is huge. Actually, according to some scenario, energy savings could contribute to reduce energy demand. So it is important, once again, to articulate renewable energy policies with the aggressive end-use energy savings in each country. Consideration to take into account for renewable energy targets. Well, the mapping of the resource and the needs. So what are the resources available? What are their location? What are the technologies available in a country? What is the existing energy mix? What is the existing grid and what are the extensions needed? What could be the increase of the demand? And important for developing countries, what will be how to increase the energy access in rural areas. Then you can determine the cost of all options, current cost, but also one has to put itself in a dynamic perspective, taking into account that ambitious targets for renewable energy can reduce the cost of renewable energy.